you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, hey guys, my name is Sabrina. So in today's video, I have a hair tutorial for you. I'm going to show you how to straighten your hair with a flat iron or a straightener, whatever you may call it. I just wanted to give you guys a few tips and tricks on how to straighten your hair with a flat iron, because some people may feel like they know how to do it, but they may not realize there's a few things that you have to remember in terms to keep your hair in the best condition as possible. So if you know how to flat iron your hair, this might be a helpful video for you, just to learn a few tips and tricks on how to take better care of your hair. Or if you already know this, good job and keep up the great work. So if this is something that interests you, please continue watching. So all you're going to need for this video is a tail comb, a bigger clip that you can use to section your hair up, a brush to brush out your hair. I'm using my wet brush, it's so beautiful. And then I would love if you guys went and grabbed yourself a heat protectant, and I will tell you guys why. So as you can see, I literally just rolled out of bed, so my hair is very messy. It's day 3 hair, so I haven't washed it, and now it's just kind of, I have naturally straight hair, but sometimes in this hotter weather it starts to frizz and get bigger, so I like to take that back down. So we're going to talk about heat protectants and products. So I haven't washed my hair for a few days. If I would need to be straightening my hair right away and I just took a shower, I would put in a heat protectant to blow dry my hair, and then I would use a different heat protectant to protect my hair when the use of hot tools. The one that I'm using today is the Osis from Schwarzkopf, the heat protectant spray. It's called Flatliner. It has a number 3 hold, so it means it does have a strong hold and control to it. This can be used in 2 different ways. You can spray this on damp hair and then you can blow dry your hair, or you can spray it on dry hair. This will help protect your hair when you're going to go in with the use of hot tools, whether this be a straightener, a curling iron, a crimper, or anything. And what's nice about this is it protects against humidity, it's a heat protectant, and it also reduces the amount of frizz that is in your hair. So I love this product, and it also protects up to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. So the important thing why I want you to use a heat protectant is because if you're going in straight on your natural hair, your straightener is drawing out moisture, and it's going to draw out the moisture from your hair. Your hair, in order to be healthy, needs this moisture and hydration. So if you're going in constantly without a heat protector, you're drawing out your hair, you're going to feel your hair is more dry, it's going to be more brittle, you're going to have more damage. If you're using a heat protection, it's going to be drawing out the moisture from the heat protectant, therefore it's preserving your hair's natural moisture barrier, so it will be untouched. So that's why I like to make this very, very important, that I would love you guys to use a heat protection. So now the next thing is in terms of sectioning. If you're going to go in and you're going to take a piece that is, say, this big, it's pretty thick, you are not going to be able to get the maximum control. And when you're using your flat iron, all you're going to do is heat up the outside and the outside. Your inner portion will never be heated up, so you're always going to go and you're going to pass many times. So that's going to create that the outside layers of the hair are getting extremely hot. And remember, if you can't touch your hair because it's so hot, imagine the damage that's going on the inside of your hair at that moment. So you really want to avoid that. So what you're going to do is you're going to take smaller sections, and this way you can really go past your flat iron slowly, and you'll only have to pass it one time because your thinner section will be able to heat up the inside and outside parts of the hair. This way you can really go and it'll be even. So what I like to do is I comb through each section, I take my heat protection spray and I just spray it on the back, and I just let my hair sit for a few seconds to absorb it. And then I always split my hair what I think is in the center of my head in the back. I bring it forward, and then I create different subsections within this forward piece. So now the straightener that I am using is the Rusk straightener. It's the CTC straightener. And one very important thing is that I have fine hair. And if you guys have fine hair as well, you do not want to use a high heat. Right now, I'm using mine at 175. If you do have coarse, thicker hair, you could go up in your heat a little bit, but you have to keep in mind what your hair texture is like, because if I were to use anything hotter on my hair, I would risk damaging it because it's so fine. So now, as you can see, when I take my small sections, my hair comes out straight on the first pass and I don't have to repass over it. And one thing I would tell you to avoid is, as soon as it's straightened, don't touch it and play with it, just let it cool down. If you want, you can put it back behind your neck. So I just take my section it in two, and I'm not passing my straightener down very quickly. I pass it down relatively slow. Now we'll do the front piece, so now you see it's all nice and straight. And there you go. So now I'm going to tuck that behind as well. And then I will take down my next section, and I don't section with my comb. If you find it's easier for you, go ahead and section with your comb. But because I have been doing my hair for a long time, I know based off feel how to do my little sections. So you're going to pin it up, you're going to put your heat protecting spray, and then you're just going to let it sit. So now another tip and trick that I can give you is when you are using your flat iron, if your hair is kind of raveled up and not brushed out properly, all it's gonna do is flatten that part. So if, I'll try and do it for you guys now, if I put it in like a little bit creased and I'll flatten it, you'll see like I'll have an indentation in it. So you really wanna make sure that your hair is combed through. What we do as hairstylists is we take our tail comb, and as we go through the section, we're passing the flat iron very close to our tail comb. So you're sure that everything is very, very smooth, and you're making sure not to have any creases or any weird parts of the hair that's going to be all twisted upwards. So if your hair doesn't comb out properly, or if you have curly hair, that would be a good trick for you. And now another trick that I can give you guys is in terms of indentation. If you're going in and you're clamping really hard and you hold it there and then you go down, you're gonna see that you have a very big indentation that starts. So you really want to avoid that. So to avoid that, when you go in, clamp down gently and then tighten your clamp as you go down your strand, and that will avoid getting out your indentations. Normally, if you create an indentation, it's very hard to get out. So just be mindful of that. So don't clamp too hard at the very beginning. And if you are a person who likes to wear their hair straight, I don't recommend straightening your hair every day because the amount of damage that you're gonna put your hair through, even if you are using the proper products, using hot tools every day is not beneficial to your hair's health. So what I would suggest is that if you do like wearing your hair straight, or if you do like wearing your hair curly, try and straighten your hair on the first day after you've washed it. Don't wash your hair for a few days. Use other products such as dry shampoos, or if you find your hair is dry, use some oils to kind of re-shine or dry out any excess oils within the hair, and try to prolong your hair washing days. So that way your hair will still be straight as much as possible without having to do it every single day. So now doing this way might feel longer because you are taking smaller subsections to do your hair. I promise you, though it's longer or it might feel longer, you are preserving your hair's health so much, and I find it feels longer, but it's not actually, because the more time that you spend re-straightening a strand takes more time than straightening one strand once and then moving on to the next section. So you're saving yourself some time, you're saving your hair's health, and all around is just very beneficial. And for me, I have to work this part back here more because I do have my cowlick back there, and if I don't straighten it the proper way, then it will stick up, and I don't like when it sticks up. So using the heat will help to fix the way my cowlick falls. So in total, I think I make like 6 or 7 sections out of my whole head. if you like your ends flicked out or if you like your ends flipped in, that will all determine where you will put your flat iron at what angle after. So I like when my ends are straight, so that is why I'm keeping my flat iron straight. But I will show you, if you want your ends flipped out, you will go straight, and then at the end you'll turn your flat iron like you'll be checking the time, and it flicks your ends out like that. But I don't like that, so, and then I'll show you if you want it flipped in, you'll pass it down and then you'll turn the opposite way, and then you'll have the Jennifer Aniston where it flips in. I don't like flipped in or flipped out, so I just keep it straight. But those are how you can get a little bit of an extra zhuzh in your flat iron hairstyles. So now, if you are capable to have a mirror in the front and in the back, that would be awesome because you'll be able to see what you're doing on both sides. I only have my mirror in front of me, but because I've been flat ironing my hair for a little while now, I know the gist of where my hair goes in the back. So you're really focusing on trying to keep that small little section that you let your hair down. So now for the last section, I think I'm gonna split my hair more in the middle today. So I always let that dry for a few seconds so that way I don't pass my flat iron right away and then it's like. So now, because I like the volume that I have in the front, because I have a cowlick and I direct it the other way, it gives me more volume. I'm going to avoid going at the root area, and I'm just going to go from a little part down. So this way it's straight, but I still keep that volume that I want. So now that that is all straight, you can see each strand took one passage, a little bit, maybe two on some sides, but my hair is straight. The smaller the sections, the better, and I'm telling you, my hair does not feel hot on places that I just passed. The heat protectant will 100% save your hair. So as a final little recap before I go and put my final spray, make sure to take small subsections. Make sure to use a heat protectant so that way you're drawing the moisture from the heat protectant and not your actual hair. Make sure that you are passing your flat iron once rather than passing it multiple times and really heating up the hair. And be mindful of the temperature that you are putting your flat iron at versus the actual texture of your hair. If you're more fine, if you're more coarse, keep that in mind. If you're finer, keep it on the lower side. If you have a very thick, coarser hair, you can put it up a little bit, but try not to put it up too high. And then if you have any like little frizzies or flyaways, you can go ahead and grab your hairspray. You can spray your little frizzies and then take a fine tooth comb and just brush them down. So now we have no more frizzies, they're all down, except for this one right here apparently. And then if you want to go and put your hairstyle so it lasts, you can put some hairspray everywhere, all over your hair. Once I do my hair straight, it lasts me until my next hair wash, so I don't really have to worry about putting any hairspray. So those are my final tips and tricks for you. If you knew how to straighten your hair before, but these tricks did help you, please let me know in the comments down below. And if you didn't know how to flat iron your hair, please let me know if this video was helpful for you, or if you have any other questions, please let me know and I will get back and answer them to you. So thank you guys so much for supporting me and watching this video. If you did like it, please give it a big, big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!